Sleeping giants, a phrase so often used when it comes to football. For example, in England, Nottingham Forest, a club with huge history including winning the European Cup, which is now the Champions League twice, the top division at the time, and also a whole host of cup wins. They were subjected to 13 years in the Championship, which is England's second division, before making their way back to the Premier League in the 22-23 season. Currently sitting third in the league, they have a real chance at finally getting back into Europe. No country has more of these sleeping giant clubs than Germany. Although a country that has had its top division dominated by one team, since the creation of the Bundesliga in 1963, there have been 13 clubs that have been crowned its champion. Bayern Munich have 32 league titles, along with 6 Champions Leagues, 20 DFB Pokal Cups, plus a lot more domestic and European accolades. Hamburg, Wolfsburg, Borussia Dortmund, FC Köln, Werder Bremen, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Stuttgart, FC Nürnberg, FC Kaiserslautern, Eintracht Braunschweig, 1860 München, and lastly Bayer Leverkusen. These are all winners of the illustrious title, yet 6 of these clubs don't actually play in the top division anymore. Most are and have been stuck in the second division alongside teams such as Schalke, Hertha Berlin, Hannover 96 and others. The rest flirt between promotion and relegation of the third division. Germany is the only country in the world where a club from the capital city has not won the top division. Hertha Berlin, Union Berlin, and a few other clubs have been in and around the Bundesliga, but none winning it. Union Berlin surprised everyone and managed to secure Champions League football for the 23-24 season, but having a disastrous run in the competition leading to a group stage exit, whilst Hertha Berlin haven't been a part of that competition for 25 years, playing their European games in the Europa League. With all of these clubs and so much history in Germany, especially Berlin, I want to welcome you to BFC Germania 1888, a historic club that boasts to be the oldest standing football club in Germany. Whilst other clubs claim older creation dates in Germany, many started off as clubs for gymnastics and other sports, not football. BFC Germania was created by Paul Jenstram, his 3 brothers and several of their school friends. Starting and having a big hand in the beginning of organised football in Germany, they were crowned the unofficial first champion of Germany. Since then, the club has fallen from its once high perch and is now playing at the bottom of the German pyramid. Until today. A new owner, a new purpose, a new course to set history. History of bringing Bayern to their knees, history of being Berlin's first champion, and starting today, history of becoming the giants of Germany. Through the unreal rise of BFC Germania, reaching the 3 Liga has been met with challenges and unbelievable heartache. Losing almost all of their players, with the club and fans building a brand new stadium, the club's finances and team state is not going to make this easy. Looking to youth and shrewd buys in their first year in the league will make this season a make it or break it for this historic club. Are we going to sink? Are we going to swim? Will we make history or become part of Germany's so many forgotten clubs that never reached their full potential? Join the journey as we take BFC Germania 1888 and become a part of footballing greatness. Playing from a 1,000 capacity stadium would no longer be viable due to the change in rules going into the 3 Liga. Although the requirements for the league have been dropped from a 10,000 minimum capacity to only 5, the jump to the second Bundesliga was still a minimum of 15,000 seats. This meant the new owners had a choice, but more importantly, a chance. A chance to set the club up for a prosperous future, but it also comes with a whole bunch of risk. The chance to regenerate the surrounding area of BFC Germania as well as create a home for community and togetherness for the future of the club. The option was to take on a big debt that the club would have to pay off each year for a forever home or a minimal upgrade now, and revisit this in the future when the team is firmly set in the league and earning money. Well, 2 years prior to this decision, the owners decided it would be a rich investment not only in the club, but also the surrounding area, that it should be worth the risk to succeed. Those 2 years, the club played their home games at the stadium of FC Victoria 1889, one of the Berlin clubs that never found its way to the highest level, although also reaching the 3 Liga. The surrounding area would be demolished and a whole new infrastructure would be put in place. Community centres, daycare, parks, school, education centre, and of course a brand new stadium. Gone is the artificial pitch we once had, real turf, real grass. Stands that echo the crowd's chants, seats that give the best view of the game, close enough to the pitch to hear every kick of the ball, every shout the manager makes, and to see every ripple the net shakes after we score. An enclosed stadium with a full capacity just shy of 29,000 people, with a further potential 14,000 extra seats with a full stadium upgrade. With the renovation cost estimated near the 60 to 80 million euro mark, all of the owners' eggs are in one basket. Strict financial budgets must be met and no overspending of any player can occur. With all that being said, the home of BFC Germania 1888 has been completed. Welcome to the Stadion des Erbes, or Stadium of Heritage. There is also a stand that is named after Paul Jenstrom in honour of the founder, as well as the community centres named after his brothers. Franz Berg, the manager that has been with the club since the days of lower league football, building team after team and always competing with a style of football fitting for this wonderful club. The owners knew that they had their long-term man in charge of the football club and trusted his decisions when it came to rebuilding the team. Having a working background staff, including a director of football, alongside a sporting director that shared the same manager's vision, was a crucial part of BFC's rise over the recent years. Recruiting young, talented and hungry players, there was a clear ethos that the club was trying to create. Once they had a core group of these players, adding older, more experienced players really helped them solidify their style and winning ways. Giving all of these players a chance to play football and improve not only benefited them personally, but also the club. Bringing in free transfers or promoting youth, the club was able to facilitate good selling prices to clubs either in higher divisions or moving abroad at the chance of further development and success. Now that they have reached the 3 Liga, decisions must be made and new plans put in place. Promoting youth would not be so easy due to the quality of the league, but also transfer prices that have been slowly rising over the last decade makes it really difficult to find good, cheap deals. Having a slightly aging squad and really lacking in the quality overall, it was important to secure the club's top players on deals that would benefit everybody all around. Wage increases on longer term deals made sure the top players wouldn't be leaving the club for free. With the club's financial situation really restricting what they can do, promoting some youth prospects would help bolster the team. Theo Koch, the 27-year-old goalkeeper, extending a further 2 years, keeping him at the club until 2027. Andre Schmidt and Fritz Schneider also completing 2-year extensions, keeping them at BFC for the prime of their career. Aaron Keller, another 27-year-old, signs with a big release clause of 2.5 million euros, allowing him to be part of the future whilst also securing the clubs. The final deal has been for Franz Müller, a 19-year-old that has been with the club since an early age and has risen throughout the ranks, proving himself to be a wonderful talent. He signs a 5-year deal, keeping him at the club until 2029. Looking to bring in 3 youth prospects into the first team for more experience and squad depth, Ben Vogel and Ralph Bauer, both who are natural wingers, have been developing under Franzberg into attacking midfielders. Both have been called up to the first team. Ullmann, Neumann and also Al-Shamari all being close to a call-up, but they continue to develop in the youth academy. Peter Frenzner, a long-time servant of the club, continues his aim at finding young, hungry players in Germany, whilst Gabriel Fiala, a new addition to the scouting team, makes his way to Belgium to set up a network there. The plan for the coming season was to build a youthful side and have the existing, more experienced players help keep the club's ethos and standards to the highest level. Pre-season was just around the corner and there were 3 invitationals that were offered: the European Shield, the Beats Cup, and the European International Cup. They were all very good options. The club saw fit to choose the Beats Cup and have a real chance at getting an early boost in revenue to add to the transfer funds. Grouped with Lechia Gdansk, Ross County and GKS Katowice, it was going to be a tough test for the squad. Being able to play in some of Europe's top stadiums, for example Old Trafford and Anfield, 2 historic buildings, was a real experience for the team. Picking up 3 wins out of 3, we were crowned champions of the tournament, and with that came a sizable cash prize of €465,000, which will be invested into the squad as well as staff members. Pierre Vercauteren being the newest investment from the owners, allowing a bigger scouting network to try and find those deals to benefit us in the long run. Now that pre-season is over, we look forward to our first competitive game in the 3 Liga, Hansa Rostock at home for the very first time, allowing the fans and players to have their very first experience in the Stadion des Erbes. With it being a monumental day, the owners have made it a fan day, with exclusive merchandise, free gifts, as well as a raffle for VIP tickets that sit you up with the owners and staff in the executive boxes with the best views of everything. With everything out the way, I will send you down to the stadium and hand you over to the commentary team as we are going to watch BFC Germania versus Hansa Rostock, kicking our campaign off in the 3 Liga.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Stadion des Erbes for this featured fixture, BFC Germania versus Hansa Rostock, which is going to be an entertaining game. In pre-season, Hansa Rostock did relatively well, as BFC Germania did, actually winning the Beats Trophy, kicking from left to right in their famous red and white kit. They look to carry on the form of pre-season, where they look to play a 4-2-3-1 with 3 attacking midfielders, hoping to create the chances for the man on the ball now, Franz Müller, who does have Schüler on the back of his shirt, and that is in homage to his great-grandfather, who once played top division football in Germany, but unfortunately had to retire due to an injury, and that is why he has Schüler on the back of his shirt. As Hansa Rostock come down his right-hand side, Schneider having to help Beck out. Finds Schuster in the middle. Haugen from 20 yards out, straight down Koch's throat, as he looks to play quickly out to this left-hand side. Ball to Müller. Over to Beck. To Gross. Unfortunately can't find Müller with the through ball. Arenbro to Schuster, playing in the midfield. The number 10 Lebau drifting out to this left hand side, giving Beck a real hard time. Schneider, there's a wonderful pass played through, and the goalkeeper again comes out, spreads himself really big, stopping the ball at the striker's feet. Some dangerous chances already from Hansa Rostock as BFC look to break with Berger, and unfortunately a poor pass, and Gross is not able to pick up the second ball, but it is a free kick, not to be taken quickly. Now over to Schmidt, the centre half. Back to Gross, the wide left attacking midfielder. They do have men over in Müller, and Beck has so much space just over the penalty spot and fires wide. in what is the best chance of today's game. BFC Germania hopefully not going to rue that mistake. But that was a huge chance, and a chance you would really like to fall to Franz Müller. Unfortunately, he provided the assist, or what would have been the assist in that chance. As again, Lebao finding lots of space over on this right-hand side. Beck having a torrid time, being pulled out of position. Lebao is now occupied. Now back into the middle. Schuster again to Lebao, who finds a good pass through to Haugen. And this time there is no mistake. Haugen puts the ball into the back of the net. 14 minutes being played. Who celebrates over near the home fans, giving Hansa Rostock the 1-goal lead. Really poor marking. And unfortunately, the goalkeeper, Theo Koch, not able to get near it. It's a really lovely finish into the bottom left hand side of the goal. Hansa 1, BFC 0. Schneider plays it over to Berger, looking to attack wide. There's lots of space in the wide areas against this 3 back, as Müller on the edge of the box unfortunately couldn't do anything with the pass, as they break yet again in the middle, controlling the ball really nicely. They have a really good base setup to keep possession as Müller steps in, finds a wonderful pass through to Müller, the one you would want with the chance, and there it is, 1-1, 18 minutes being played. Franz Müller, the one you wanted on the previous chance, thankfully gets this one and sticks it in the back of the net with a really nice pass through to him into his stride, and all he has to do is hit the target, as he does. A clinical finish into the top left. The goalkeeper really didn't stand a chance. The ball was past him before he could react. 1-1. Kuster down this left-hand side with Keller tracking him. He's not able to get the ball as Berger steps across. He wins the ball back really well. The 22-year-old captain for the club, who's been here for quite some time. There is actually a lot of men over, and it's found Franz Müller again. Almost 30 minutes being played, in off the post. BFC with a 2-1 lead as he runs to the home fans in that far corner, celebrating his brace. One with his right, one with his left. Not much this man cannot do at the moment. In fine form from pre-season. Carries over into the first game. In off the post. Wonderful finish. BFC 2, Hansa Rostock 1. On this left-hand side, Kuster again. Kinzombie with Kaiser. It's a really good tackle. They are starting to hold the ball quite well, Hansa Rostock. Schmidt has to come across. Commits to the challenge, doesn't get near it. Kuster with some nice dribbling, gets past Kaiser. Now it's up to Berger, who can't quite get to the ball. Again, it's at the near post, and another fantastic save. The centre-back's not picking up the runners. It's a wonderful save by the goalkeeper, keeping the scoreline at 2-1. As again, they come down this right-hand side. Fröhling is having lots of joy, as is the man on the ball, Lebao. Finds Schuster. Back to the centre-back. Arenbroch out to the left-hand side, and Kinzombie does have another man over Kuster, causing all sorts of problems down this left-hand side. Plays it back. Now gets it back himself. Drives into the box, and a really good tackle from Schmidt. Puts it out for a corner. 42 minutes being played. The scoreline still 2-1. BFC need to deal with this. As it goes up, the header is played back to the goalkeeper. As the clearance actually didn't get very far. Kinzombie Now into Haugen, who shoots from distance, and it forces Koch into another save. Poor distribution led to the shot being taken. Again, another corner. This time Koch comes out, punches. Ball not completely clear. As Keller tries to get onto it, Harenbrock steps in, finds Kuster. 44 minutes played, Schmidt with a lovely tackle. And now a really poor pass by Muller. The pressure is not gone as Haugen loses the ball to Janssen. And now keeps the ball, plays really well over to Kaiser, over to Berger. And there is the half-time whistle as expected. A very, very entertaining half of football. 2 goals for BFC Germania by that man there, Franz Muller. 2 shots, very clinical. And 1 for Hansa Rostock after a mistake by the centre-backs, allowing a completely free shot. The stats are as follows, with 36% possession for BFC Germania and a 2.9 XG for Hansa Rostock. Maybe they can feel a little bit hard done by, but a decent performance, and hopefully the second half carries on. As this time BFC from right to left. And it is going to be an entertaining half, if anything is to go by from the first half. Berger on this right hand side plays into Schneider, who has a lot of space. Plays back to Janssen. You can see that BFC are playing with a somewhat of a back 3, with one of the central defensive midfielders stepping into the back 3, giving them more options in the build-up, as a really nice pass through to Gross. Fortunately can't find Muller. Over to Kuster. Kinsombi plays Kuster again as Berger tries cutting down the spaces, but they do drive into the box. Kuster. Kinsombi once more on this far side, really well defended by Kaiser, helping out the fullback Berger, but unfortunately Kuster loses out and Haugen strikes it again. It's a fantastic save once more by BFC's number 1. Really dangerous chances by Hansa Rostock. Triple substitution then, as Beck comes off after 60 minutes. It's been a torrid time for him. He's had a rough game as Werner replaces him in the left back position. Vogel comes on for Gross and Fuchs comes on for Schneider in that central defensive midfield position, looking to create some more solidity and help on this left hand side, as well as Werner tries snapping at the heels, can't get it, and has left a huge space here for Lebau, who has caused us so many problems down this right hand side. And he does continue, but wins the ball back from Werner, who's not having a good start. Drives into the box here. Fröhling plays it back out to Lebau. Fröhling unfortunately misplaces the pass, and now we can break with Keller. Does have Muller through the middle. Plays it to Muller, who waits for men to overlap. Berger does so oblige on this right hand side. Drives into the box. Does have a man if he can find him, and it can't. And Uphoff collects the ball with gratitude, as now they attack with so much space. The left hand side for BFC has struggled all game to contain Fröhling and also Lebau, as Schuster plays it into the middle. Harenbrock gets a shot off, thankfully forced to Janssen, and Theo hits Haugen. The ball could have gone anywhere, but thankfully falls to Berger. But we now have Janssen on the ball. One of the more experienced players in the squad to the most inexperienced into Vogel. Does have a man through in Muller if he can find him. Muller striding in on goal with a finesse shot and finds his hat-trick in the 70th minute. What a performance by the young man up front, 19 years old, leading the line for BFC Germania. carrying on his incredible form from pre-season with a lovely third finish. Again from close distance. BFC 3, Hansa Rostock 1. Straight from kickoff though, there is problems. Kinsombi drives into the box, as thankfully it is blocked and falls straight to Theo. Plays it out to Werner. Into Muller, drops deep from that middle cam position, who again finds Werner. Into Vogel, who has added a lot of pace into this final third. Finds Keller, one of the best players. Lovely chip ball over to Berger. And that shot needed stopping. Hansa make another substitute. Ball goes in. It is cleared only to Schmidt on the edge of the box. Finds the defensive midfielder. Now into Janssen. They do have another man over in Keller, who chips it to the back post. It's not a bad cross, and unfortunately Muller getting that one all wrong, going out for a goal kick. Schuster into Haugen, who's dropped a little bit deeper this time. Harenbrock over to Kinsombi again. They do have a man over at the back post. They don't find him, but they do find Harenbrock. And that is a really timid and poor shot, and thankfully for Theo Koch, straight at him once more. 90th minute, and it looks to be a fantastic victory for BFC Germania, with Werner on this left hand side. Into Vogel, who has been very good coming off the bench. And there it is, 3-1. An incredible first game for Mr. Franz Muller. You can see there Schuler on the back of his shirt, with 3 goals from 4 shots. Wonderful performance by him, taking BFC to their very first 3 points in the league.
Well, there you have it, a fantastic result for us against Hansa Rostock, giving us the 3 points and ending with us on top of the table after 1 game on goal difference, thanks to Franz Muller hat-trick. He is going to be some player. I'm really excited to see how the players in the team develop into good players, who stays with us for the journey, who we have to let go. Of course, there are going to be rules to the save, as you've seen before. Every summer window, we have to sell 1 out of the top 3 players in the team, unless we get promoted. So if we do get promoted, we don't have to let any of them go. But of course, if, let's say we get promoted and a team like Bayer Leverkusen come in for Franz Muller because they want him as their backup striker, I would probably have to do that deal, because if an offer came in for Franz Muller like that in real life, if this was real life, it would make sense for him to go. So I want to keep it as realistic as possible, whilst also being creative with storylines. There are going to be storylines with owners, fans, obviously players wanting to leave, wanting to join. I want to keep it as fresh, as entertaining as possible. And if you guys actually have any ideas that I could use, or maybe potential storylines, please put it down in the comments. I will read and reply to everything. I will also put these sliders and settings in the description if you guys wanted to check it out. I play on manual on everything, custom sliders too, and also legendary difficulty, which I could end up bumping up. I think when I play against Osnabrück, Sandhausen and Arminia Bielefeld, if those games are too easy or not realistic, I'll probably bump it up and change some sliders, so change it to ultimate for the live section against Wiesbaden. And also let me know if you did enjoy the switch from just me talking normally and then going into the commentary box with the different kind of voice effects and everything. I've never done anything like this before. I just wanted to give it a go and try and bring something unique to my videos. But yeah, this is going to be the end of the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure you leave a like. Also comment all suggestions down in the comment section below. I will read everything and reply as well. and also subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out when the next episode is posted. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day wherever you are, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.